So my journey, as I said, began really early on with the story of my guardian angel. For as young as I can remember, I'm maybe going back to toddler. I've always had a presence of this angel, this presence with me. And very early on, that angel became my first teacher. I listened, I followed the rules only because what I realized is when I got this message, do something this way or do it that way, and I didn't, things didn't work out so well for me. But once I finally started listening to this voice that was constantly talking to me, and I paid attention, like really true attention, um, things started to work out. So I became a very obedient student. And that continued with me practically for the rest of my life. And, I've had people ask me, what did you want to be when you grow up? Truth is, I never knew because I never thought about it. I literally listened and waited for the message. And based on what that was, is where I made my decisions. Most of my decisions and choices are based on what the next step is. Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? And it's just been this ongoing journey. So at a very young age, and I cannot remember exactly. I just knew it was very young because I was still walking around in my underwear because I had nothing to hide. But I'm gonna say maybe 7, 8, 9. I don't know, somewhere around there. I knew I was young, and I was sitting in the back porch at my house, and I just sat there, and I looked up into the sky and started to imagine what is universe, what is infinite. Like I saw myself going and going and going and going, and you could picture, of course, we know what the universe looks like. We know the moon, the stars, we see that, but we can't even fathom what it's like to just keep going. I mean, we live in a world filled with fences, boundaries, borders. We're used to containment. We know there's a deadline. There's something there. There's some kind of a ending. But infinity? What's infinity? How is that never ending? And by understanding that never ending infinity, we also understand our own journey because we also are never ending. And once we get that, once you grasp the concept of infinity, of never ending, we start changing our mindset. And this is where, the question starts. So as I'm sitting there and I'm looking into the sky, I literally overwhelmed myself. I was completely overwhelmed because I just couldn't grasp it. And so I asked a very important question that everyone, I think, at some point in their life has asked. Why? Why? Why are we here? What are we doing? How is this working? What am I supposed to do? Where am I? What is this all about? It couldn't possibly be just, born, grow up, get old, die. There's got to be more to it, right? We all know there's got to be more. It just cannot be that simple. There's got to be a use for us coming here, generation after generation. And, we will get deeper into the reincarnation part of that, which turns into why, the infinity part. But so once I started asking that why, like, what's going on? Why? And I'm like, I want an answer. And I want an answer now, like now. And my angel was like, nope, not now, not yet. And I thought, oh, not yet? Okay, so there is an answer. All right, so I need to be patient and be that obedient student. And that's pretty much what I started doing. But before that, I decided to make a pact with God. I said I was going to make an agreement at that very moment. As young as I was going to make a pact with God. And I turned to God and I said, God, I know I'm here for a very specific reason. I know this is not a coincidence. I know there is something that I need to do that is very important. So at this moment, I am asking that you bless me, that you keep me healthy, that you guide me, keep me safe, and mostly give me the time so that I can accomplish whatever it is that you have planned for me, so that you can manifest it, so that you can manifest it through me, my body, my mind, the reason I'm here, because I know I'm here to manifest on his behalf, his, her, whatever, universe, the source. So, with that pact, I thought, all right, so now I have to be patient. I have to do my part. So, to me, my part was seeking information, going after the knowledge, researching, reading, asking questions. And what I was expecting was at some point saying, here it is, here's what you're supposed to do. But the years kept going, the years kept going. And it took a while for that answer to show up. So the interesting thing was that pact, I kept getting reminders during my lifetime. And the reminders were I had some very miraculous situations that happened to me. The moment when I thought, oh, wow, this is it? Like, really, this is it? I mean, I had a good run, but am I going to die this young? Wow. I really didn't think I was going to die this young. I really thought I had more time on earth. That one incident, one of them, but that one particular one was, I think I was about 19. And that's what I thought. Wow, I'm going to die this young. This is it. And at that moment, there is this eerie stillness that comes over. I'm talking from my own personal experience. This eerie sense of peace that comes over me, and it's quiet, and I don't hear nothing, I don't see nothing. And the weird part is that my mind instantly thinks, oh, my poor mom, she's going to be so sad. Or the people closest to me, they're going to be sad. And I'm feeling bad for them feeling sad because I'm going to die. I'm ready to cross over. And, but the interesting thing is, I would say a very short gratitude thank you for this opportunity. And then I would summon my angel. I would call my angel and say, can you please stay here close to me and just keep me company as I cross over. And, try to make it without too much pain, of course. I don't want to pain, but I guess I'm always a joker right up to the end, just like my dad. But I would say just stay close to me as I cross over and, just make it as painless as possible. And at that moment, something would happen and I would be granted more time on this earth. And I will go a little deeper into those stories because they each deserve a moment of retrospect and attention. But I will talk about those at a different time later on. But at that moment that I've been spared my life, that I'm still here, is when I would think, aha, I have a pact that still needs to be fulfilled. And that's my reason for still being here. So, of course, I worked harder and spent more time trying to figure out this path that I'm on. And I grew up in a household where, it was more Catholic. I went to Catholic school, um, you know, baptism, confirmation, communion, the works, studied the Bible, and also went into the Jehovah Witness because I had family in the Jehovah Witness practice. So I used to go to their uh, church and to the Kingdom Hall, and I would study the Bible with them as well. And but each time I kept feeling that something was missing, and I couldn't figure out that missing piece. So I moved into Christianity, of course, against my mom's you know, choices because we were born Catholic and you're supposed to stay Catholic. But I knew very early on something was not right, something was not connecting, and I needed to connect these dots. And so then I moved into Christianity, and even there, the dots were not connecting for me. And I still couldn't figure it out. But I guess this is part of the journey. It's why we're here. We're learning and adding new knowledge, new wisdom.